Hello, everyone, and welcome to our podcast On the Radar. This podcast covers anything happening in the arts and entertainment world, whether it be in the higher celebrity level or some on-campus events. This podcast is an extension of the Highlander Newsroom, a newspaper in which we will talk more in depth about the radar world. I'm Maribel and the new radar editor.
And I'm Stella, the new assistant radar editor. We are here with the creators of On the Radar, who now
contributing writers.
who now join us as guests for today's episode. Please introduce yourselves.
My name is Kimberly Bejec. I'm a contributing writer.
My name is Brendan.
Also the old assistant radar editor.
Yes, I am Brendan. I am now a contributing writer, and I was the old radar editor.
Hi, thank you for being on the podcast.
Wow.
To begin with a question for you two. After spending a whole year working with each other as radar editor and assistant radar editor, what is one word you would use to describe each other and why? And we'll also do this for ourselves. Take your time.
1 second.
That's a good question.
Hold on.
Do you have one, Maribel? Do you want us to go first?
We can go first. Do you want us to go first?
Yeah. Give us time to think. Yeah.
Oh, it's so bad though.
Oh.
I think of something else.
No, now you have to say it.
Misogyny.
Guys, wait, hold on. This is a digital
Out of
photo.
context.
I'm just kidding.
A
We
feminist.
have an inside joke. It's
Yeah.
it's a joke. We just like kind of take everything he says out of proportion. But if I would describe you, I would say nerd.
Nerd.
You literally said that in your senior farewell, but I think you own it in a way that's like, it's kind of endearing the way you like talk about like the stuff you're interested in, and
yeah.
it makes it interesting. So I think, yeah.
Aw. For me, I would actually say passionate. And that's because like a lot of our projects has come from like your ideas, your layout designs. You've been like such like a big creative force in our team, and it's just like that has kind of propelled radar to like what it is now, I'd say. Wow, that was kind of a wholesome answer.
Whoa.
But yeah.
Do you want me to? I'll go first.
Okay.
For Maribel, I would definitely say dedicated. I remember when it was our first meeting as like me officially being like the assistant radar editor, like our training. You were right away. You were talking about like all your ideas and all the things that you wanted to do and like how you want to take radar to a whole nother level. And I feel like right away I got that impression like, yeah, like this girl is dedicated. Like she's gonna do great things as part of this section and as
Thank
radar
you.
editor. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. For you, I actually have this in your contact name.
Oh.
It's Star.
Aw.
Star. Well, one, her name is Stella, right? But in Spanish, if you say Estrella, I kind of match those two. And so you just give off that like vibe of, excitement and, you're a star in your own world and, in the world in general.
So heartwarming. I love that answer. What the heck?
So
Yeah.
I know you're going to do great things now, great things in the future. And so, yeah. Star.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I love
Cute
that.
icebreaker.
I like that a lot. That was sick.
Okay, now on to our first act of business. Kind of to bring down the mood a little bit. It is with a saddened heart that I share the news that Kabosu, the Shiba Inu that inspired memes such as very cool, much wow, as well as Dogecoin, passed away in Sakura, Japan last Friday morning. LA Times reports the pooch was in her late teens, according to her owner, so she lived a long life, which is good. Now, you may ask, Stella, why are we even talking about this? Well, there are a lot of online jokes, both old and new, although you no longer hear them being referred to as memes much anymore. These online jests are almost like internet inside jokes, sometimes shared by only a certain community or on a certain social media platform, or sometimes even reaching a wider audience. So we have a few questions to pose to you. First of all, do you guys know like the Doge memes and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's also the bonk one too.
Yes.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
And I think it's the same Shiba Inu from like where it's like the sad one and then the buff one. Like, have you seen those memes?
gosh,
where it's
is
like,
it?
I think so.
Maybe,
I know what you're
huh?
talking about, but I thought it was different.
Yeah,
Wait,
I don't
you
know
don't.
though. But anyways, is there any merit or value in like memes? Why or why not? And also, do you guys have any examples of memes that go deeper than just like an internet joke or memes that have made a significant impact on culture? today?
Whoa. I think memes do have a significant impact on culture, because it gives us our humor. And I think to this day, like sometimes I'm referencing like vines that like came out years ago, and if people like understand, it's kind of like a click, like, you know, like if like I'm like starting to say a meme, they're like, oh my gosh, yeah. And I'm like, damn, you know that, like we just click.
No, yeah. I mean, like, I think Vine and TikTok has been playing like a bigger and more active role in that regards too. I mean, like, I guess before then too, like all these memes are like the picture one. I forget, like the success baby or whatever, the one with the thumbs up. Yeah, I always thought like that was really cute. Yeah. But like nowadays, it's like, you know, we say a lot of the let's dance.
Oh, let's
the
dance.
Dude, it's funny. It's great like in times like these too, when you need like a laugh and stuff. But yeah, I think meme culture is obviously like really fun. It's a great way to connect with people. It's a great way to be dumb. Yeah.
I feel like it could definitely bring us together, like as a generation, or like even with friends. Like if you reference like a TikTok or something, you're like, oh, you got that on your For You page too.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Is there any way that memes can make like a negative impact on like society or culture or on a person?
You know, there's a recent meme that I saw. You know that Four Seasons Orlando baby, and he's like, yes. And he's like super big, and like he looks like an adult. And the family was able actually to go to Four Seasons Orlando because they, you know, got popular. But then the older daughter looked kind of like a bit sad in the pictures. So it's kind of like they were spotlighting the baby more than the other child, and it was like, oh, don't forget about your other child. So I feel like at that point, it kind of like that meme specifically. Because it's off the top of my head, it was just kind of unfortunate for like the older sibling to like see that.
Yeah, and they're at such a young age too.
Yeah, they are.
So like the attention that these like memes can bring is like a double-edged sword. Obviously, like it's really funny, and it's really cool, but like I do wonder at like what cost sometimes bringing a lot of attention to a younger person is. I actually think of like the you know, the first Avatar: The Last Airbender movie. Like the really bad one with the really bad CGI and stuff. Yeah. The actor that played Aang, I heard, did not score roles after, and like had a pretty tough time with that. I mean, like it's stuff like that where it's like, oh, we gotta remember like these are people too, and like even though like there's like a lot of attention on these people, there's like a lot of like hate that comes onto these people, and some of it is like, you know, really undeserved. But yeah, that is kind of like the darker side of fame, huh?
I think for like when you see memes of like kids,
right?
I don't know if you remember that like meme of the little girl like in the back seat of a car.
Oh, like we're going to Disneyland. That one?
I think so. Yeah, something like
that. And she's just like side eyeing.
Yeah. So it's like, I feel like if you grow up, like that little girl like grows up and like let's say she doesn't like it, like, you know, it's just something that's kind of, you can't get rid of it type of thing.
The digital footprint.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I just imagine like, like if you were to ever be like on camera and then they catch you at a bad moment and it becomes a meme, it's like, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what you become a meme for.
Right. Yeah. Honestly, being anonymous is pretty awesome. Like, not worrying how to like act and like having an image like stuck onto you. It's pretty sick. I mean, we're showing our faces right now, obviously, but unless this like blows up, like
I mean, you can make a meme right now. Just look at the camera.
No, I can't.
Let me.
But yeah,
I feel like it's definitely like a moral thing too, because it's the parents who like maybe record their kids and upload it on like a public account with no thought behind it, and then they become like a meme. It's like that kid like didn't consent to getting this kind of exposure. Right. But then again, when people become memes or become like go viral, I guess they don't really consent. I mean, they might be just posting a silly video that could go viral at any time. Oh, yeah. And then like all of a sudden they're like, they get all sorts of exposure, good and bad. So I feel like it's definitely like could make an impact on that person's life. And like, I guess like it reminds me also of like JoJo Siwa, and like I don't know if you guys already talked about her on like this podcast, but like it reminds me of like how a lot of people say that like growing up under the spotlight as like a child star, like on Dance Moms and stuff, like how she's doing like all of these like I guess like not so great things, or like saying these not so great things, like that could definitely be an effect of like having this much exposure and being maybe made fun of or being like just under the spotlight, and which is why like she turned out into the person who she is today.
Oh yeah. Oh
So,
yeah.
like, yeah, it could definitely have like an effect on that.
Yeah.
But so on a lighter note, do you guys have any personal favorite internet jokes or jests or memes from the past to now?
Oh.
Or and what is your most favorite? Maribel and I also thought of some. If you guys need
Hold
time
on.
to think,
Making me think.
Yeah. Hold on.
We can also. Do you have yours?
Yes, I do. I was just
You wanna
thinking
see
about it.
ours?
It's a very old. It's an old one. Well, I don't think it's very old, but personally, I like this one. It's this dog. It's going heck.
Oh.
It's a personal favorite of mine.
I've never seen that one.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like it's something that like people, in 5th grade, it was like something that like YouTubers would also say, like, I don't know. And also like, when you just see like a small dog having like the absolute worst day, it's like, heck, you know, like it's just, I think it's cute, but also pretty funny.
I think animal like memes are probably like the cutest.
Yeah.
Like
Right?
cats and dogs.
For
Like you would
sure.
think that they would go like out of style, I guess, or like they would like become cringe. But honestly, I feel like animal memes are like they're never like, I love animal TikToks.
No,
and
yeah.
stuff, like
I feel like I always look at their views and like it's never like a low amount. You know what I mean? Like it's always like
they never
Yeah.
flop.
The
Because-
love for animals is
yeah.
goes hard
Yeah.
for sure.
Because they can do no wrong.
I have mine also prepared.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Damn, you
I
all
would show you,
guys
like,
got yours
the-
prepared.
This one, I like
Oh my
this one
god,
too.
that's so funny.
Oh,
The
I
epitome
love
of
that
side-eye.
one.
Yes, the side eye.
Yeah.
Have you guys
have
done
one?
one?
Yeah.
Okay, you go.
I think mine is like, I think it's Pingu, the nude nude.
Oh yes.
And then they have the music playing behind it, like the classical, very serious, like. Dun, dun, dun,
Yes.
dun. And it's like they start off with something like totally like weird and like charming, and then they go into that like it's a transition. I think that's like really funny too.
This one.
But yeah.
I only have a screenshot.
Yeah.
I like
I can't really think like so deeply, but like the first one off the top of my head is like, I don't know, sometimes me and my friends like making Glee references because Glee is just like the entire show is a meme.
Yeah.
So like just referencing like stuff from the episodes are just like really fun.
right.
Yeah. Or I don't know if you know that video. It's like a Jubilee video maybe, and it was like teenagers, and then there's a girl who got mad, the fish girl, whatever. She was like Nina.
Oh yeah.
Like she's like voting her out. I don't know how to explain it because I watched the video a long time ago, but like, do you know what I'm talking about?
That. I went into
It's
a
like
deep
Nina.
dive about that one. That one's a great one to see.
I can't watch it again though because it makes me cringe.
Nina. Yeah, I
Like,
remember.
that secondhand embarrassment is too much.
Yeah, but she
No, I
went through a
remember
lot
that.
too. That girl,
Who, Nina or
The-
the fish girl?
fish girl.
That's what they call her.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
That's another example.
It's because she
I-
wanted to be
sad.
like.
I know we moved on from that, but like a lot
Alec
of
Kirkland.
that's another example of like how fame can really get to someone. But yeah, people can look into that. That one's like a pretty good example.
I definitely will. That's crazy.
Oh
No, yeah. I've heard of it.
Yeah. Also, you know, Cody Ko is like, let's go. Like the dance, like, let's go. No, do you know that?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. We'll
No,
move
no,
on.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. I remember the new one.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
because I think it was like, what is it? One of those YouTube videos where it's like an hour of silence interrupted by like, I think I've seen it for that one. You know, have you seen it?
Funny.
Like
What?
it's like someone, and it's just like randomly it would just go no.
It's so
Yeah,
That's so
There
funny.
they have it for like different audios. I think
Mhm.
there's also like the Pikmin.
Yeah.
I think they also have it for that. But yeah, I've seen it. But yeah, thank you for your answers.
Okay, now we want to direct the conversation more towards our guests themselves.
Ooh.
So Brandon and Kim are now officially UCR alums. Congrats to you guys. I know you guys
We are
walked.
not officially yet,
No,
but
yeah,
we're
we're
almost
close,
there.
Okay. Well,
Right.
You had your ceremony yesterday, right?
Yeah, it's an
Okay.
AAPI ceremony.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nice,
Great
nice.
ceremony.
Congrats. As they transition away from being an undergraduate, we thought it would be best to ask them about graduation and their experiences. If you had to choose any piece of media that perfectly captures this time period of your life, specifically the tail end of your 4th year, what would it be and why?
Oh, you have an answer already?
No, I just thought of the worst answer. That was like not true.
Because we're radar, so we wanted to ask you about just a piece of media.
I think. Dang. Hold on. This is a good question. I want to answer. I want to give it like its due diligence. I'm
like, if you want to take your time, I can start thinking about what I would do.
Actually, okay. I said this last episode, but because it's hard to like really think right now, and we don't have all the time to like deep dive. But I want to say Meet the Robinsons.
Oh.
Because I actually watched the movie after we talked about it, and it's about like moving forward and like despite all the mistakes you make, like to just keep moving forward. And I think that as like in college, like from like quarantine and like literally like coming into it like kind of blindly, because like this was the first time we ever had COVID and all that. It was like a lot of figuring things out and like a lot of like kind of struggles, like mentally, like emotionally, and all of that, socially, blah, 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 all those things. And I think like going through college is just like kind of moving forward and like getting past it and like learning from that to get to where I am now. So I think Meet the Robinsons for me was just really impactful. And also it's like kind of finding your people versus just like yes, you have a family, but like in college you are around these people like probably every day.
Yeah.
And you're like living away from home. So I feel like finding that like family here is like really something that resonated with me.
Such
Meet the Robinsons.
Wow, that's so good.
Yeah.
I think my answer will be a bit different than yours. I actually have like a lot of media in my head that I'm trying to like figure out. But the one thing for me is like I actually did like a radar replay on this. It's the game Celeste. It's a platformer. It's an indie game, and you just climb a mountain. And I was replaying it too, and I was thinking like, what is such a good allegory for an individual journey, especially because like you're climbing this mountain, and you're given like more and more tools to climb the mountain. You have these like really difficult boss fights, and it's like such like a good way to like see the mountain as like life and like overcoming these obstacles slowly. And also dying a lot. You die a lot in the game. It's a pretty hard game. But I feel like coming out of the college experience, I'm definitely expanded like the toolkit, and in Celeste, you like get to meet people that you get close to. You get to reconcile friendships. You get to look at the ugliest parts of yourselves and like make peace with that too. So I really like resonate with that. I think it's a great like individual experience. Yeah, I think for college, it's like a lot of self-reflection, just finding out who you are for me personally. And I really resonate with Celeste that way. Yeah.
That's really cool, though. I like that you had a movie and then a game. So
very
that's
fitting.
pretty cool.
Yeah, very fitting.
What is something or someone you would like to thank for helping you along your college journey and why?
I have too many people.
Which is actually what you guys were kind of talking about, like having people for you.
I mean, obviously we
have a lot of people, but someone in UCR that I want to like shout out is Ashley Zuleta. She's an ad rep, and she's literally outside right now. I met her in Katipunan, the Filipino club, and I feel like, her and my other friend, Anissa Duque, Molde Duque, they were really there for me, and I feel like at that point of my like college career, I was feeling lost with friendships, and I met them, and we became so close that I can like call them like my best friends. I would want them to be my wedding type of thing, and like we just connected in a way that every time I hang out with them, it feels like a safe space. And they also like, it's very kind of encouraging to be with them. Like we like lift each other up, and like we're not afraid to tell each other we're doing something wrong. So for that I just appreciate them.
Yeah, for me, obviously, like it goes without saying that everyone here has been such like a big contributor to like being able to do everything I've been able to do in the Highlander and experience here too. If I had to shout out one person, I mean, it has to be my girlfriend. She's been my rock throughout all of this. She's been there for me like nonstop, and she's always gonna be there for me. Just having that one person that you can rant to, vent to, that person that you can. I complain a lot.
Oh, you're gonna cry. I was like, whoa,
no,
cry.
But yeah, she's been there like every step of the journey, and always open to hearing me out, always open to talking, and always being there for me. I feel I can give a more eloquent answer, but yeah, in general, she's just always been there.
That was
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Well, we have our last question. So, going off of our last topic, which was the topic about like the memes. Memes often curate relatable insight into like a shared experience, right? But so do iconic quotes from some of our favorite films, shows, or any sort of media that you can think of.
Oh, God,
so, is there
Quote.
is there a quote or a scene that just resonates with you the most right now?
A quote?
Yeah, it can be a quote or a scene if there's something like a specific scene from a film or a TV show.
Or any piece of media.
Let me see.
Stressing me out with these questions.
These questions
It's okay.
are good.
But we can also answer first if you guys need to take some time.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the movie Legally Blonde.
Oh, banger.
Just because I feel like it's such a good movie,
Yeah.
and I feel like I watch that movie if I ever need to like just kind of feel uplifted. And so one of her quotes is, "It is with passion, courage, of conviction, and strong sense of self that we take our next steps into the world." So I thought that was a very kind of like fitting quote.
For me, I have two because I couldn't choose one, but they're both from video games. Hopefully, I'm not stealing anything that Brendan's about to say. From Undertale.
No.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, no,
okay,
but you
never
go.
mind.
No.
I could do my second one.
No. Do it. Actually, I'll share why I think so too. Yeah, but I think I know what you're gonna
Yeah,
say.
I like despite everything.
Yes.
It's still you.
It's a great quote. Yeah.
And I think it's like at the beginning of the game and at nearing the end of the game.
Yes.
You can look in like the same mirror. You can
Yeah.
interact with its mirror, and the same thing like shows up.
Yeah.
Right?
I
the same-
think in the beginning,
or-
it didn't say like, "Oh, it's just you."
Oh yeah, something
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like that, yeah.
And then it says this quote, and I just feel like that's like do everything like it's always gonna be just you. You're still
Yeah.
gonna be yourself.
Yeah.
Like no matter how much you change, looks wise or personality wise, or just like who you are as a person, it's always gonna be like you. Like you're gonna be the same person. And I feel like
Yeah.
that's also very relatable to me, but like right now, but also to the people who are graduating. I feel like you guys have probably changed a lot since your first year here.
For sure.
So, but despite everything, it's still Kim and Brendan. So I feel like that's cute. But I also like another one from the end credits of Minecraft, and
Oh.
it's "The universe said I love you because you are loved." It's also like it's a giant poem at the end after you kill the Ender Dragon. But that part in particular I really like is because like I feel like you like everybody just like I don't know deserves to be loved, and I feel like as cheesy as that sounds, I feel like that's just very sweet. Like even if you feel like you are not loved, the universe still loves you. Like you were brought into this world, and like the world, it still gives you air to breathe or gives you food to eat,
Yeah.
The world is there for you even despite everything.
No, yeah.
So those would be my two.
Those are great quotes, actually. Those are really good quotes. Minecraft especially, because it's such a warm hug at the end of it. I love the despite everything, it's still you. Obviously for the same reasons as well. Like the whole game is a hug in itself. Like all the characters that the whole journey is like huge. And it's like it's just so good. It's just such a way to be like, despite everything, despite all the changes, there are still some things about you that will never change. And like to find comfort in that is great. My second quote, well, I have three in mind. But
Three.
Go ahead.
this is a really good question. I think when Wayman says to Evelyn and Everything Everywhere All at Once, in another life, I would have really liked just doing laundry and taxes with you. It's like such like a beautiful outlook on life. You know, like it's very like despite everything, despite all these grand things that he could do with all these like alternative universes, choosing to stay grounded, choosing to stay kind and considerate for everyone around you, and choosing to find beauty in the little things is just like so good to me. And I think that does like encapsulate the journey, you know, like slowing down, seeing like who's around me, seeing who I can spend time with, before, you know, we miss it all and we head out into the real world. Like just remembering to take that time is really good, especially because right now I want to slow time down because I want to hang out with all these people. And then like my last quote is probably the Spider-Man quote, the a leap of faith. I don't know how exactly it goes, but I mean, like right now we're taking like a lot of risks with our careers. We're committing to a lot of things and just like taking that leap of faith and choosing to believe in yourself. Again, also cheesy, but definitely one of my favorite things to remember right now.
If I had more research, I could say better. But the one quote I have is from this book called Kiss the Sky by Krista and Becca Ritchie. It's one of my favorite series. And quote is, "People hope to touch the sky. I dream of kissing it." I think for me, it kind of resonates with me because I like to like kind of go above and beyond on some things that I do. And sometimes it's not just about like, you know, reaching for the sky. It's about like going all the way up there just to like kiss it, you know, and like, you know, just get there. Another quote I had was from Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Whoa.
Is, "How happy is the blameless vestal's lot, the world forgotten by the world forgot. Eternal sunshine of the spotless mind, each prayer accepted and each wish resigned." It's kind of, honestly, just watch the whole movie and you'll get the quote. But it's kind of like the bliss of a spotless mind. And I think, you know, I just really like that quote about being, you know, happy, but sometimes being happy is not, you know, everything, because, you know, you do have to keep informed, and like sometimes that heartbreak is what keeps you moving forward and like changes you for a better. So I think, yeah, that quote was something.
I really love those two quotes. Yeah,
Thanks.
I feel like they're very unique. I've never heard of them, so it makes me want to watch the movie and read the book. So thank you for that.
Those are great quotes.
Yeah, and I love that you mentioned what was it? Everything,
Everything everywhere
That's
all
a
at
twister.
once.
yes, because I know you
EEA.
mentioned that in your in the last podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's great to hear a quote from that.
Yeah.
And yeah, your answers were all great.
Thank you.
And now we're kind of just gonna on that note, yeah, we have come back to end our episode. If you want more on the arts and entertainment world, check out the Highlander that comes out Tuesday in newsstand spread throughout campus, on our website highlandernews.org, or on our Instagram at the Highlander. Links are also in the description for articles referenced in the podcast. Thank you for all for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.